before prices start running away forever. And if you're a smaller investor like myself in Nottingham, does this mean we either get on the ladder before we get priced out forever? Because despite all of the headlines, in my opinion, prices seem to still be inching up, interest rates messing up our wallets, and rental prices literally going wild. But the real questions are, why are the property gurus saying that 2025 might be the last golden buying cycle? What hidden trends could make properties in cities like Nottingham shoot up in value over the next few years? And how can small investors like myself and you guys win against large corporate landlords and huge spiraling costs? And guys, my name's Sabrina. I've been investing in properties for the last 4 years and designing homes for the past 22 plus years. And I'm documenting the whole of my property journey here on this channel. And today I just wanted to discuss these topics in more detail for us smaller investors. Okay guys, so let's answer the first big question. Are we in the last golden buying cycle for properties? And not just for properties, for affordable properties. So here's what we know right now. Property literally goes in cycles. It has its ups and its downs, its highs and its dips. So booms, plateaus and dips. We all know that, right? The average UK house price rose by 3.7% approximately. So that takes it to approximately around £269,000. And in comparison, Nottingham house prices have grown approximately about 1.3%, again to ONS data. And the average house price in Nottingham was approximately around £191,000 back in June of 2025. So on average, in comparison to the UK as a whole, Nottingham house prices have still grown, but they've grown slower and they've grown at a steady rate. But guys, if history repeats itself, then the next upswing could push these affordable prices out of the reach for good. So guys, could this be the last chance to buy? And remember when I asked earlier, is this the last chance to buy before houses run away for good? Well, here is why it's not that much of a wild idea. And the main thing is, it's the housing shortage. We know that we are not building enough homes for the amount of people that we have here in the UK. So demand is going crazy. Population growth as well. Not only are more people migrating here to the UK, but we've also got a lot of people that are living for longer and a lot of people that are just here in general, in the general population, which is growing more all the time, which means that we have more people competing for fewer properties. And not only that, there's corporate landlords and government schemes. And despite what the media might portray, a lot of these corporate landlords, they are snapping up all of these affordable homes. And another thing, rents are going through the roof. And again, looking at ONS data, the average rent in Nottingham is £989. And put simply, guys, if demand keeps rising, but supply is still going to be low, then that £191,000 affordable house in Nottingham will seem like a bargain in another 3 years. And guys, that leads me on to my next question. How are small investors like us going to survive the market? So I'm sticking to my plan of mainly purchasing mixed use properties, hopefully cutting on costs for stamp duty and all of that lot, so reducing a lot of the buying costs by going down this route. And I have more videos that go into more depth on this on my channel. So I'll be purchasing things like shops or offices that I can quickly convert into residential, using permitted development rights to add value and avoid the whole full lengthy planning battle, and focusing on areas for strong rental demand, and hopefully doing the opposite to these corporate landlords where they'll probably be looking for ready to go properties. I'll be looking to purchase properties where I can add value and hopefully, and then also fund my property journey as I'm going. So what could knock us as smaller investors off the ladder? And this is the terrifying truth that I teased at earlier on in the video. So the main one, interest rates, they are still quite high. They're up and down, they fluctuate. We don't know the future. They could go up, they could go down. They might go up and rise in the future, which is going to give us extra costs. Refurb and conversion costs are up massively. Materials cost more, labour costs more, everything costs more. So you've got to factor this in when you are considering purchasing your properties, and you've got to look at this from the start of the project and make sure that you've got a realistic risk register that's costed in case anything could go wrong. Again, I've got videos on this on my channel. And also just be realistic when you are scheduling out your works, and be be realistic into how much it's going to cost. And make sure, again, going back to the risk register, that cost is separate to your contingency cost. So you've got the two of them. And make sure that both of these elements are factored into your costs from the beginning. And the other main elephant that's in the room is that big players could outbid you, or they'll run up your costs as well, especially when you're going for properties at auction and things like that. So just make sure that you keep that in mind. So stick to what you've budgeted for. Don't get sidetracked and start trying to outbid and putting more and more onto this when you know what the costs are, and you know that's how much I want to pay, this is how much I want for my refurb, and this is what, factoring all those in, hopefully should get this much back by adding the value to it. So don't overpay for properties, otherwise it's going to throw out the whole of your property journey, the whole of your property plan is going to be out the window. This is why so many small investors feel like they are getting squeezed out of the market. But guys, if you are creative and you do think out of the box and you use things like PDR conversions and stuff like this about purchasing mixed use properties, you really are setting yourself up to win. So is this the last buying cycle or affordable buying cycle for properties in the UK? Maybe for some areas further down south, yes, but for areas like in Nottingham where we have got some regeneration and prices, they're still quite high but relatively low in comparison to the south, yes. But just for now. Again, I'll be sticking to my plan to stay ahead, and that'll be by purchasing in Nottingham, where I know the area, and the East Midlands, and buying mixed use properties where I can convert and add the value to them, and stick to converting the properties into cash flowing rentals. I'm also playing the long game. I'm holding and I'm not flipping any properties, and I'm not waiting too long like I did before, so that prices get to a point where they get so high where I'm priced out. But guys, I want to hear from you. Do you think that this is the last affordable buying cycle for properties? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to practically know how to convert a property from mixed use to residential, watch this playlist next where I've done just that. Thanks guys, bye.